Hi everybody, I'm Giuliana, your host, and I'm gonna be making a breakfast brunch, a nice hearty meal. So let's get started. I have some bacon here. I will be using 1 egg, some green peppers. I sliced them in 1-inch little pieces. We have a slice of homemade bread, and also I grated a little bit of cheese just for the extra delight. Any kind of cheese will do. The melty ones are good. And yesterday I made a loaf of homemade bread, and that's the bread that I'll be using today. And with it, of course, we're gonna also have some coffee. Some call it Turkish coffee. I like it because it's one person, it's not too strong, it's nice. So let's get to it. First I'm gonna put the bacon in a pan. I don't put any grease in the pan because bacon has a lot of fat on its own. As long as we get a nice crispy bits of bacon, we're good. We'll be back in a second as soon as the bacon gets crisp. So I turned the bacon around once since it started browning on the first side. If you have a thinly sliced bacon, in a couple of minutes it'll be ready to turn around. And at this point I will add in my chopped green pepper, a little bit of vitamins and nutrients, and a bunch of flavor is always good. So we'll just cover this away and wait for that nice brown color on the bacon and peppers as well. While the bacon and peppers are still grilling and getting ready, browning, I'll take my slice of bread that I proudly baked yesterday. I'll cut a hole in the middle, because once that is going to be done, the bacon and the peppers, I'm going to remove the peppers and the bacon onto a plate, and I'm going to put the bread into the pan and crack an egg into the slice of bread. It'll be fun. So here we are again, checking the bacon. I uncovered the pan, and as you see, it's a nice bacon, pepper, green and browny thing going on here. Now, many times when you're frying bacon, it tends to stick. It tends to stick to the pan. And sometimes I wondered, what could I do to make the bacon not stick to the pan? So sometimes I added a little bit of water and it released the bacon. However, then the bacon turns a little soggy. With adding some vegetables into the frying pan and frying everything together, the vegetables will release that necessary moisture. Everything will brown still. Oops, a little splatter going on here. Everything will still brown, but it will have a nice crispy texture. So I think this bacon and peppers are already done. And let me reach for a plate. There we go. So we're gonna scoop the bacon and the peppers onto a plate, leaving the grease behind in the pan. There we go. Scoop all the bits out. have a nice little amount on our plate. In the meantime, I cut a hole in my bread, and with the other little bits, I just cut them in little squares. So the bread that was in the middle is now cubed, and I'll just add it to the frying pan. And we're gonna toast these few cubes. That'll add flavor, and they'll be crunchy. Also, what I'm gonna do is, at this point, I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic salt to the bread. You can add regular, real garlic, fresh garlic. I'll just add garlic salt to make it quick. And wow, I'm still waiting for smell-o-vision to happen, because this is smelling really good. Also, I'm gonna add a little bit of butter, since bacon wasn't enough. But just because I'm gonna be toasting this bread, and I want it to have that buttery taste, flavor. So, there it goes. This is really something. Well, and again, I'm gonna add now this bread that I fried yesterday. That I baked yesterday. And we're gonna cover it just a little bit so it heats through. Once it's gonna brown on the bottom a little bit, I'm gonna turn my square around, my slice of bread around. Now I'm doing this all on medium heat. Don't do it on high so you don't burn it. Give it time. Slow cooking is the best way to go. That's where flavor develops. Probably it's already good for it. Yep, it is ideal. Look at that. Now in this situation, what we're gonna do is we're gonna crack our beautiful egg right in the hole in the center of that bread slice. Woo-ha. Excellent. I saved the eggshells for the garden. I have a little dish. I throw eggshells and organic things so I can put them in the compost. Another little tip. This is going well. I'm gonna put some fresh pepper on the egg. A little more garlic salt. I'll be using garlic salt for the egg. Not much, just a tad. There we go. What else? And we can put, well, first I'm gonna cover it for a minute or such. I'm actually gonna lower the temperature to melt so it steams all through. Then we're gonna follow with a sprinkle of cheese, cover it again. At that point, we're gonna turn off the stove and assemble the dish. In the meantime, let me make some coffee. So to make coffee, I just brought this little pot of water to a boil. I'm gonna add some brown sugar, just a little bit, as you please. There we go. As I pull this off the heat, make sure it's not on the stove, on the heat. Then I'm going to be adding 1 teaspoonful of coffee, very fine Turkish style ground coffee. And we add that gently to the teapot, stirring, making sure all the coffee is dissolved and it falls off the spoon. Maybe I want a little bit more. I add just a smidgen more, like a quarter of a teaspoon extra. Now that it's all mixed up, I just return it to the stove, to the burner, and we just wait till the coffee starts heaping up. There we go, it's already bubbling and it came to a boil, and we turn off the stove and we give it a little mix if you want to get everything blended, and the coffee is done. So it only took about a couple minutes to make the coffee. At this point, when the egg is already done, a little smoky there, I will add the cheese that I grated earlier, sprinkle it on top. There you go. Use up all the cheese. And we'll cover the pan for just about a minute so the cheese melts. And that's going to be lots of fun. At this point, the stove is turned off. So you just let the sizzle of the frying pan melt the cheese. The egg is cooked, bread is toasted, bacon is nice and crispy, and the peppers, green peppers or red peppers, yellow peppers, whatever you got, smell delicious. What I'm gonna do while the cheese is melting, I'm gonna grab my cup, pour myself a nice little cup of coffee. The coffee has been settling in the pot, so the sediments came all to the bottom, mostly to the bottom. I'm gonna add a little bit of milk, because milk is good sometimes. And there we go, we have a cup of coffee ready. And we can also put the egg in the bread on the plate. Now the croutons, little squares of bread that I cut out earlier, I scooped them out of the pan and I lined my plate in a circle like that, leaving space in the middle. That's where my bread is gonna go. There we go. A little more steam. Without no steam, no gain. There we go. And because I like the cheese from the bottom, that should make it on my plate too. Voila. We did it. Breakfast to be enjoyed. So we have bacon and eggs with peppers and in a toast. Not on a toast, but in a toast. Toast. This is delicious. I wish you could try this. Happy New Year 2020. Cheers to you. All the best. Lots of health, happiness, and love. Cheers.